Good night, brothers and sisters. Good night, brothers and sisters. I want to tell you, I want to tell you that we want to thank you for that tremendous showing on Sunday. As my sister Sean said, if that is a whistle stop, well, what's going to happen in the next few weeks? And after I saw that showing, I realized that it's not only this girl who is on fire, that the UPP is on fire, that our supporters are on fire, that we are unstoppable. And you know what I love most of all? I love the fact that those people who turned out on Sunday and those who showed up tonight wearing these wonderful blue shirts, we didn't need no $50 inside of them. We didn't need $100 inside of them. We are here. We show up. We support the United Progressive Party because we genuinely love Antigua and Barbuda. We want to see our country to continue to develop, and that is why we show up. You know, I don't spend no time on those other people, but I want us to get in our heads, right, that we have to begin to refer to them as the devil and his demons, because I have not heard anything good or wholesome coming from them. Tuesday night in the Senate, let me tell you, I never hear so much lie in my life. I have never heard so much makeup, so much propaganda, so much deceitful utterances. And as far as I'm concerned, those people represent the devil and his demons. And you know who the chief devil is. Let me say something else. Today I moved my dial when Crusader went to a commercial break because I wanted to hear what they had to say. And let me tell you something. In addition to being deceitful, those people are so shallow. I heard them say in advertising their meeting tonight, begging people to come out in their numbers because Antigua people go and decide who to carry on the governance of this country based on how much people show up to a meeting. I want to tell them that the people of Antigua and Barbuda will assess both political parties, and more importantly, they will assess the party's performance in government. And I have several messages to send to them tonight. I want to tell them that when you look at the programs and the policies of the United Progressive Party, and that's what the people want. And the people have recognized that in these challenging years, because of the global economic crisis, this party did not pick up no manifesto and say, oh my, we didn't do this. Our political leader said, we are going to reassess our priorities. And one of the foremost priorities is to keep public servants employed in this country. He also said, we will not cut any social program, but instead, we will expand them. Let me tell you, today, out at Cobb's Cross, this United Progressive Party government opened up its 23rd school meal center. That is progress. I want to tell you that come next week, this United Progressive Party in the school meals program will be serving in excess of 3,000 meals per day. That is progress. Listen to me. I used to think I was showy, when we started the school meals program. But nobody tall showy like the ministers who come after me. I heard today on the news that after Cops Cross, Bendalis is coming next. That is progress. When our party reassessed things in this country, we recognized that we had to ensure that our young people are properly prepared for the future. We recognize that this tremendous education and scholarship program that we have not only must grow, but we recognize that we had to ensure that a certain section of our young people were technically skilled and trained. And we created the EACH program, the Enterprise Achievement Challenge program. And in that program, we have taken men and women from across Antigua and Barbuda, and we are training them in 14 skilled areas: joinery, plumbing, refrigeration, sewing machine repair, clothing construction, small engine repair, electrical wiring, automotive electrical repair, welding, carpentry, landscaping and horticulture, upholstery, shoe and apparel repair, and auto body repair. And I want to send a message to the devil and his demons that when the people of Antigua and Barbuda, especially the young people, see what the government is doing through programs such as EACH, they say, another term, repeat, that is progress. I want to tell the devil and his demons that when the people of this country look at the revolution in ICT, when you look and you recognize that computers and computer programs are in schools as preschools, primary school, secondary school, state college, that is progress. When you look at the work experience program, where we have strengthened our relationships with businesses in the private sector, and we are taking young people and we are placing them in the private sector so that they can develop skills, so that they can see where a future career possibly lies. That is progress. So nobody looking to see how big meeting be, because I tell you what, even if that were the criteria, UPP beat you every time since these campaigns launched, every time. Brothers and sisters, I want to say to you that you must not be afraid to say it. And I'm going to echo it here. When my sister Jackie said it, I agreed with her. And they tried to come down on her like a ton of bricks. But I want to remind them that when it comes to Sister Jackie, Sister Sean, and Joanne Massiah, we don't afraid nobody. When you look at us, when you look at these three women of the UPP, you understand what this song means when it says strength of a woman. You understand that? And when you realize how the Labour Party has determined and decided that it is going to politicize crime, that is a crying shame. It is a crying shame. Because crime that have nothing to do with UPP or LP, except I challenge everybody. Go back in time, press the rewind button in your memory, and you will understand and accept that every time an election is looming, crime go up in this country. That is a fact. That is a fact. And it's not UPP people doing anything like that. The devil and his demons, they delight in that kind of situation because they feel it gives them grandy legs to say UPP can't manage crime. But as Dr. Court pointed out, when he examined the records in the police department from 1994 to 2003, and he compared it from 2004 to 2013, there was more crime committed under the Antigua Labour Party administration than under our administration. And it's not that we're comparing, but those are the facts. Brothers and sisters, I am here to also lend support to my colleagues in Zone 3, Brother Namba, Brother Chandler, and Brother Hilson, Brother B. Baptist. And I'm speaking now to the people of St. Mary's South. I know I don't particularly have to tell you what you have to do. But when you compare our candidate versus their candidate, there is no comparison. There is no comparison. When you look and you recognize that for years on end, this United Progressive Party has not only created the Seafood Festival at Urlings Complex, we have built on it. It is something people look forward to all the time. And Brother B has expanded that. He has grown it. He's working with the people in the constituency. He's working with the fisher folk. And he is expanding that. That is progress. His love is in there. Thank you, brother. He have plenty love in it. He shows up to work. And he work. He work in his ministry and he work in the parliament. When you looked at this parliamentary sitting, where was his opponent? Missing in action, MIA. And you have to ask yourself, you want somebody who doesn't care about the people's business? That you're going to be missing in action when you're required to be there to speak on behalf of the people? Let me tell you something else. You know they say children live what they learn. Old people say that. You know they say mango tree can't be a guava. You know they say planting sucker follow the roots. When you look at Brother B's opponent, you understand what they say? That planting sucker follow the roots. From the very physical appearance to the conduct. You know, people tell me I mustn't say it again. But you heard what she said at a meeting. They say I mustn't say it, so I'm not going to say it. But you know what she said. Right? But let me tell you, me not say it. Let me tell you, when you look at that conduct alone, you can imagine that individual leaving Antigua and Barbuda to go represent us anywhere. When they get vexed with people that just cost them, I am telling the people of this constituency, do not lose the key of your brain. You have had 9 going on 10 years to assess the performance of our government. You have seen this government bring back the credibility of our country. You have seen our government bring back the respect to Antiguans and Barbudans. You have witnessed the transformation of Antigua and Barbuda. And more importantly, you have seen our government weather the storms of the greatest economic recession in 80 years. And for that alone, I give my government a AAA+ award. That is what you call sober management. That is what you call steady hands, steady head, and a caring heart. I don't want anybody listening to me because nobody here is fooled by that. I do not want anybody listening to me to really believe that with the elimination of personal income tax, all of a sudden, all of our problems here are going to be over. That is voodoo economics. It cannot work. And as I said in the Senate, I stopped asking the question, how they're going to replace this money. Because the devil and his demons, particularly the devil, has already told us. He has said, and he said he's not going to apologize. He has said that he's going to rape, raid, and plunder medical benefits again. Social security again. State insurance again. And they're not going to stop there because these people are money hungry. They're money crazy. They are kleptomaniacs. That means they're a thief. Right? And when they're done raid out that, they're going to go to education levy. They're going to go back to CMC. They're going to go back to ABC. They're going to go back to Adams. And they're going to go and they're going to rip up and tear up PDV cab. And talking about PDV cab, I want to tell you that as of today, there are more than 5,200 beneficiaries who benefit from the utility subsidy program. I want to tell you that every day, people are qualifying for the People's Benefit Card. And I cannot understand. How is it that people who support the opposition standing up in the line in CMC with a basket full and cussing the government? That is what you call ungratefulness. That is what you call wickedness. Because you mustn't buy the hand that feed you. But you know what I understand? I understand very clearly that a lot of these people, the Labour Party has taken away the ability to think. Because when you listen to them, you know, they're just repeating everything they hear. And I believe it's a little bit more than drinking the red Kool-Aid. They're fully brainwashed. They're not thinking. But let me tell you something. It's only in a nightmare, the worst nightmare that all of us could collectively have, that the Labour Party could get back in government in this country. Because it not gonna happen. The people of Antigua and Barbuda will not let it happen. Let me tell you. Then now go back there. That is what our leader says. Then now go back there. Because let me tell you, we have to learn from our past. History is a great teacher. And I tell us all the time that the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Some of you who are old enough to remember in the 1971 to 76 period, the PLM, under the leadership of our national hero, Sir George Herbert Walter, they went about in 5 years transforming this country, putting critical social programs in place, fixing the infrastructure of this country, so much so that the Labour Party call them the road governments, built schools, and started the process of putting Antigua and Barbuda on a sound footing. And that wicked Labour Party government, when the PLM was building up agriculture and agro-processing, they got some of the friends, people like Joanne Warner and others, to get chicken from the Walters poultry plant, put them in a hot sun, freeze them, defrost them, and put them back in. Make the chicken spoil, and then started a propaganda about the blue chicken. And before Joanne Warner dead, he confessed. And he apologized. Thank you, sister. But the point I'm making, with the propaganda and the lies and the deceit that they spread, leading up to that 76 elections, they got back in through deceit. And from 76 to 2004, they went on a rampage in this country against the good people of Antigua and Barbuda. And what was built up, they broke it down, they wrecked it, they raped it, they plundered it, they raided it. Let me tell you something. You see this wonderful period that we have enjoyed in government, from March 2004 to now, we have to safeguard that. We have to safeguard that. When I decided to step forward in politics, and my friend said to me, but what you're going in there for? I said, I have to make a difference at this level. And I remind myself all the time that when the time comes, I am going to fight to the finish line. But I know we're going to be victorious, because I could never look in the face of any young people in this country. And when they ask me why you didn't, how come you didn't, and don't have a good answer for them. And so tonight, my message to those people who are listening is not to think of ourselves. Think about the future generation of Antigua and Barbuda. It is to them that we owe this commitment to keep the Labour Party out of government. They're trying to rebrand themselves, trying to call themselves some new name. Let me tell you, I don't care what name they call themselves. You still have the same Lester Bird. You have the same Malwin Joseph. You have the same Cutie Benjamin. You have the same Robin Yearwood. You have the same Asad Michael. You have the same Gaston Brown, just that he has become meaner. He has become more wicked. You have descendants of Hugh Marshall. You gotta keep those wicked bunch of people out of office. And anytime you're talking anywhere, if you don't want to engage people, remember Brother Lionel Gomes. And when you're standing in the bank line, when you're standing in the supermarket line, when you're standing up in recreation ground or any sporting complex, wherever you're standing, and even if you see one red shot in a bound for say ALP, just say out loud so the people can hear you, wicked setup. Just say it, wicked set of people. And let me tell y'all one more thing, right? Since they are looking for crowd and color to determine whether undecided voters going to vote them, let me tell you something. UPP people, I don't care how you love it. Top wear red clothes. Valentine's Day gone. Christmas not come yet. Put away all your red clothes that you have. Buy some mud ball and wrap them up until after the election. Because you don't want to confuse nobody. Because if they see you, if they see Sister Ruth in our red flag, they can say, hey, she turn. Join opponent, get she. Do not send any mixed messages. Keep on your blue. It is a beautiful color. It is God's color. The Bible says so. When you look up, you see blue. When you look into the ocean, you see blue. Blue is God's color. And the Lord Jesus Christ has blessed this party. Let us not be ungrateful. Let us remember that it is UPP now more than ever, because leadership matters. I love all of you. God bless us all, and God bless Antigua and Barbuda. Love you all.